Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsung Kung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Thubten Dorje. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Pisamon Vaishravana Yalu Jambala. All Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma teaching assistants, temple directors, everybody, good afternoon. How do you do?
Hola amigo, te quiero mucho. Sugoi, konnichiwa, kimochi, Jumi, yapi, puri, konnichiwa. Bảo hộ, bảo hộ, bảo hộ. 现在通知大家。
I would like to announce for next Sunday, August 16th, at 3 p.m. there would be Siddhartha Homa fire offering ceremony. And her mudra, one hand, is like the parasol. This is the mudra. And the mantra. Siddhartha that's the heart mantra. The short one is the reversal mantra. Siddhartha has great power. She's from Sakyamuni Buddha's crown, radiating light to protect the 33 heavens. Because the Asura was in fight with the heavenly god and they were at wars with each other. So the god asked Sakyamuni Buddha to help. So emanated the great white parasol to protect them. Therefore, Siddhartha has great power, majestic power. The sixth syllable is white, Om. After practicing today's yellow money god. Then I know the economy is no good. Everyone is tight because the primary supplicants were so little beyond expectation. Nobody had money. Yellow Jambala is in the north. Most of the tantric world deities are in the north. Of the four heavenly kings, Vaisravana, Pisamon, Yellow Jambala is more famous because he is in charge of all the wealth deities. Yet nobody prayed to him. And his son is the white Jambala, riding on a dragon. So, white Jambala, yellow Jambala, black Jambala, green Jambala. So all together they are called the five directional money gods. But the chief is in the north. So Vaisravana has many palaces. The palace of the Mahasri Devi is there, of Saraswati, of the talented god is all at the Pisa mountain, which is the heaven of the yellow Jambala. Of the four heavens, the heaven of the north is more famous. Economy is no good. That's how the situation is in the world. Inflation is pretty bad in America. All prices have risen. People have some tight finances and cannot be calm. The primary supplicants and the weather is hot. Economy is bad. The air is polluted. And there are wars and wildfires in many places. So I said, let's sell all the trees of the Rainbow Temple. And they said, no, you have to ask for a permit. Even to cut down one tree, you cannot just bring down a tree as you like in America. That's pretty troublesome. Otherwise, we may make some money by selling trees. The trees at the Rainbow Villa. When we were here, during our time, we could sell them. That's different. But generally, people don't like to cut down trees. The locals don't like trees to be cut down. but immigrants like to cut down the trees. So want to cut the trees and told Fo Qing, and her husband Andy said he'd rather be tied to the trees and to be chopped together. Wow, what? How could that be? Like the wildfires now at the BC, British of Columbia, Canada. Everywhere. Also in the state of Washington, in Spokane. So let's pray so that we have some rain and extinguish the wildfires. You know, the other time they had fire in Spain, Mingtao chapter in Madrid, and they wrote a letter to ask for help. After pouring the three glasses of ice water, the fires were all under control, were extinguished. Very fast. 3 days afterward, she sent a letter and said it's all fine. So should we do another 3 glasses of ice water for Washington State? Well, I guess just let it rain. Nobody asked me.
空气污染，天气热，心情烦躁。
Polluted air, hot temperature. You feel you're in bad mood, depression, anxiety.
汗流浃背，昨天晚上汗流浃背，还没有。
Last night on the Dharma throne, I was sweating. There was no air, no fan. It was so hot. I feel very anxious. I almost hit people. Depressed people can kill themselves, but if you're manic, then you can kill others. You should see a psychologist. Anybody? Here is a psychologist. Anyone? That's too old. Only the young and beautiful psychologists can cure you. If you're so old, then my temper rises even more. Okay, let's do Q&A. That was just chatting, okay? Just chatting. Don't think I was serious. And otherwise, don't think that, oh, Grandma has depression and now is manic disorder, bipolar, and then you send me all kinds of meds. You know, the other time I just cough a couple of times and they send me all kinds of drugs and cold medicines and cough medicine and all these things. I can just open a pharmacy. No, no, no. I'm very happy every day. Those are just joking. I'm just representing sentient beings to pray to the heavens that we all almost depressed and manic because the weather is too hot, it's time to rain, and air pollution, we need the rain. Then air pollution will disappear. When it rains, it would cool down and the air would be cleared. And when there's rain, we will also get some windfalls. Cabbage. It's too hot. A question from Canada. Lotus Litzi from Malaysia. Sorry, I'm from Malaysia. Grateful to Grandmaster for transmitting Daji Lamo's sudden well practice. So, if you want to enshrine a statue of Daji Lamo in the temple shrine or home altar, can we enshrine her together with all the other deities? Or should we set a separate shrine, especially for Daji Lamo? That's the first question. Second, may Grandmaster compassionately explain, there's fellow disciples who ask, is there any Chinese zodiac signs that are unsuitable to wear Daji Lamo amulet? Asked by Lotus Litzi. Are you talking about Sumu? You know, there are 5 formless beings following Grandmaster. The first one is called Furong. Second is Qian Qian. Third is Rui Guang. The fourth is Din Din or Zhen Zhen. And the fifth is Daji Lamo. The 5 formless beings following me, with me. And then you're asking about Daji Lamo sudden well practice, whether her statue can be placed at your own home altar. Let me ask her. I have to respect her, right? I cannot just answer as I like. So what do you think? You can do either, enshrine the statue together at the home altar or set up a separate place. That's her answer. They are from the same homeland. Rui Guang and Daji Lamo, both from Jilin, Shenyang, Changchun, Harbin. And they're both from Changchun. So they Chachilamu and Ruikwang both came from the same city, same homeland,
原来都是
Jilin.
都是同乡，那正好相处。
So they get along even better.
每天晚上我告诉你们，每天晚上只要走到我的床边，
Every night, let me tell you, as soon as I walk near my bed, the bed would make a sound.
我睡床上，
I sleep on the bed,
床下，
and they sleep under the bed.
我家哦，你不要以为我一个人睡，
Don't think I sleep by myself.
6个人睡，
It's very merry, very crowded. 6 of us together, and 5 are formless.
其实当初是4个姐妹，
They were 4 sisters at first. One of them, Chen Chen, has bigger or stronger Dharma power, and the other 3 are weaker
活到地里，
because she got energy, the earth energy, so she could transform. And when after Chachilamu joined, now Chachilamu is the strongest.
4个都听她，
So the other 4 listen to her.
叫他们做什么事，他们就赶快去做。
And then asking them, dispatching them to do things, and they immediately follow.
最晚到了，变成老大，
So Chachilamu was the last to come, but she's the boss now. The rest listen to her.
其他4个人做什么事情，
So Chachilamu was the one that managed the others what to do and
来往生到马哈双人族，
giving directions. So in the future, when I go to Mahatwin Lotus Ponds, they would follow me.
划船，
Otherwise, they don't want to go first. Like you can get on the Dharma vessels and go to the Sugawati, but no, they don't want to. They want to be next to me. That's a bad luck.
所以第一个，他可以安住在殿堂，绝对没有问题。
So first, it's fine to be enshrined at the main altar. She has her own temple, the Chachi temple,
但是他们很妙，
the temple for Chachilamu.
没问题。
So it's fine, no problem.
虽然是属于妈妈，
Although she is a mamo,
但是她本身来讲，她比一般人妈妈。
but she is now higher than the typical mamo.
同门问可以在扎基拉姆佛牌是否有生肖上的禁忌？
And fellow disciples ask, which zodiacs are no good to wear Chachilamu amulets? So that's from rat, cow, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, chicken, monkey, rooster, dog, and boar.
他说12生肖都可以。
Yeah, it's fine for all of them. There's no taboo. Any zodiac can wear Chachilamu's amulet. Okay, that's done.
讲这个楞严经。
Now let's discuss the Surangama Sutra.
这个释迦牟尼佛啊，
Sakyamuni Buddha asked Ananda,
阿难尊者，
Ananda,
不今问你，
I now ask you,
借佛罗经六劫现前，
when the 6 knots in this Kapala cloth are present, can they all be untied and removed at the same time? Sakyamuni Buddha asked, the Kapala cloth,
供养的这一个
which is the cloth offered by the Kapala heaven god,
已经有6个劫了，
has 6 knots on it. Can they all be untied
把6个劫全部解开，
at the same time,
得同劫
simultaneously?
同时解析，就是说全部把它6个结打开了，得同除部，能不能一次就把6个结全部都解开？阿难就回答
Can all 6 knots
呀，
be untied and removed simultaneously?
世界本以次第，
Ananda replied, Noble honored one, these knots were originally tied one after another, the first, second, third, fourth, 5, 6.
今日当悉次第而
Today they must likewise be untied one after another.
才能够打得开的。6结同体，结不同时啊。他说这个6个结啊，
Although the 6 knots are all tied on the same cloth,
不在同一个妙明之心，
so they are floating on the same wondrous luminous true mind,
不是同一个时间，
but they were not tied at the same time.
不是同一个时间打结。若解结时，银河
How then could they all be untied at the same time?
你能够说一下子6个结全部都一起打开？
How can you untie all 6 knots simultaneously?
有讲，
That's not possible. Sakyamuni Buddha said,
你这个
the liberation of the 6 roots is the same.
也是一样，要打开这个结。
To untie the knots, it has to be done one by one, not all 6 at the same time.
先得人心，
When one root is first liberated, one first realizes the emptiness of self.
这个释迦牟尼佛讲呢，先得人空，打开第一个结，
So when you untie the first knot, you first
啊，
obtain or realizes the emptiness of self.
言明
When the nature of emptiness becomes perfectly luminous,
成法解脱，
one attains liberation from dharmas. Then you open or untie the second knot, and then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all
之后啊，成
6.
人空法空，
So when they are all untied,
法语即空，
you attain the liberation
如果全部打开，
of dharmas,
就是妙明真心呐。
so of the beings and of everything. Once liberated
就叫做菩萨。
from everything, even the emptiness of both self and dharmas or everything no longer arises. This is called a bodhisattva, attaining unborn endurance through samadhi. Once you have proven the wondrous luminous true mind, you're a bodhisattva. So a bodhisattva through samadhi can attain the unborn endurance. There is one state or realm of meditation that's called samadhi. A bodhisattva attaining unborn endurance, that's the eighth ground of bodhisattvahood. When all knots are untied, you reach the 8th ground of bodhisattvahood, which is the state of unborn endurance, and you will never regress. So, As long as you open or untie all the knots, then you will never regress again or digress again. But why is the emptiness of self first? That's the emptiness of self. And what is the emptiness of all dharmas? That means emptiness of everything. So everything else is gone, disappear. So you're not deluded by them anymore. That's called the emptiness of dharmas, or the emptiness of everything. So very simple, two concepts, the emptiness of self and the emptiness of everything. And then all is empty. Just to reach the emptiness of self is extremely difficult. So this is touching on what I will talk about in the grand ceremony. So every human being has the concept of self. If you don't eliminate this self, then there is no emptiness of self. So what is emptiness of self? There is no self. That means there is no self. Self does not exist. Anybody can do that. To be no self, that's already very difficult. You cannot even untie the first knot. All sentient beings in the world would always focus on this, on self. Only I am right. Everybody else is not right. What I do is right. That's self. Can you eliminate this self? Can you get rid of self? That's the first knot. You have to eliminate this self. Is it difficult? Extremely difficult. Very difficult. There are many things that's difficult to say. Like some students, when they're always first in the exams, and then one time they get second, they got really angry and then kill himself. See, just by studying, he can kill people. He's always first in class, and only one time he lost to become second, and then he couldn't stand it. That's also horrible. Between people, when you have disagreement, that's because of self. Disharmony in the family, that's due to the self. And among races, that's also due to self. And the nations are in disagreement, that's also due to self. Self-interest. Can you eliminate this self? If you take away this self, then there would be peace on earth. There will not be any wars, no racism, no national disputes, nothing, none of those. National Securities, Defense Department, None of those are not needed. For the Independence Day, you just have a fun having parades. And everybody is happy. Only at such a condition can we have peace on earth. Ask the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas why there are wars. Because they are not at peace in their heart and mind. And why they are not at peace? Because of self. So the Buddha said, first you get rid of self. Let me tell you to realize and understand this. You need to understand this. I will teach you this during the Mahastamaprapta ceremony. How to eliminate self. Once you eliminate self, when you view everything in the Saha world, they are all equal. It's all gone. When you have the mind of equality, then you view the Saha world. And then you can see what the Saha world is about. And you would understand, it turns out that the dharmas, or everything, is also empty. It's the same with the Saha world. It's very simple. Emptiness of self, emptiness of everything. Emptiness of dharmas means emptiness of everything, emptiness of all phenomena in the whole universe. Emptiness of self means the self has disappeared. These are knots. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, in deep penetration of the Prajnaparamita, encountered that the five aggregates are empty. Emptiness is form, form is emptiness, and no eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch and mental objects. No ignorance and ending of ignorance, no old age and death, and no ending of old age and death. It's spoken very clearly in the Heart Sutra. So, no ears, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, and sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mental objects. That's emptiness of self. And then no aging and old age, and no ending of aging and old age. That's emptiness of everything. Aging and death, or ending of aging and death. So you're just tiny caterpillars fighting for what? The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas looking at humans are just like we are looking at the ants. Do you know? Have you ever thought about the ants? You only think of the ants when the ant bites you. Otherwise, you would never think of them. They are not on your mind. So let me tell you, humans come from germs, from... So studying medical science, you would know that the long sperm and then the round ovum or egg, and then to combine, they would become humans. So you also come from those little bugs. So that's why you're bugs. What do you think you are if you're not bugs? So we become butterflies from bugs. We transform from the bugs to become butterflies. So really, when you get down to it, humans are nothing. You just think you're really something. But let me tell you something about extra ET, about out of space being. Why is Grandmaster talking about that? You think there are only human beings on Earth and no aliens? But there are 100 suns out there. In our solar system, there's only one sun, but there's also other solar systems in other places. There are 100 solar systems. How can there be no aliens? You think only humans are lives? We only see the animal realm. You cannot see the Holy Ghost realms or the hell beings. But you can see them at the hospitals. Hospitals are like hells. Really. How long do you think you can live to? 100 years old. Wow, that's a long life. 100 years. That's a long life, but after 100, you would die too. So, whether dying at 20 or dying at 100, what's the difference? So there's no need. Don't be so full of yourself. There truly are aliens, extraterrestrial beings. And they truly are formless beings like Jajilamu. This is intangible. And Furong does exist. Chen Chen does exist. And Ting Ting and Rui Guang and Jajilamu, they do exist. And Taiwanese or Chinese Qiong Yao, the author, her romance novels are very famous. Now, let me ask you, she wrote the columns at first, and then it was collected into books and then made into movies. So the magazine, the Crown magazine, In the past, we read that. Is it still exist? Does it still exist?
防范杂志还在不在？防范的负责人就是平鑫涛，他娶了琼瑶。
The Crown magazine. The chief is called Ping Jintao, who married Chong Yao. They both have died now. 你查看手机，皇冠还在不在？问一下 AI 啊。 Ask AI if the magazine still exists.
在网络上显示还是有。
还是有皇冠。
On the internet, it showed that it still exists. Who is responsible for it now?
哦，他的儿子在负责。OK。
His son.
以前的那个社长已经不在了，平鑫涛已经不在了，琼瑶也不在了。
But the founder, Ping Jintao, had died.
琼瑶跟我有一面之缘。
So I had an affinity to meet Chong Yao. I was in Taichung then, to study the Kaohsiung Technical College.
职业学校那个助工科的时候，我负责高清无罪。
I was responsible for the Kaohsiung Youth literary publications. I was in charge of all those. So I went to Pingtung and invited Chong Yao to give a speech, and she just published Chuang Wai Outside the Window novel that was sensational. So I invited this famous author to give a speech. Invited her for a meal, sat together with her, and I was the organizer, the host, and she was the guest I invited, who was the only speaker back then. And Chong Yao was from Chengdu, Sichuan province. She was born there. And then she moved to Pingtung in Taiwan and became famous after publishing the novel Outside the Windows. And then many subsequent novels, romance novels. So I knew about her life. I helped her after she died. I helped to deliver her. You know, let me tell you, when she has left the physical body, I saw her too. And also San Mao, as you know. If you read the novels, you would know. She has close affinity with Seattle. When she came to Seattle, she would live at that street where Bellevue Square is, all the way near the lake. Reverend Lily knows where she stayed. Didn't she write a book about her collections, things she loved, like the jadeite pearls? It's like a catalog, I guess. things that she loved. And you know where she got those from? Pike Place Market.
他到西雅图雷藏寺来找我，
And she once came to the Seattle temple to look for me.
我问他你怎么来啊？
And I asked her, how come you're here?
我常来。
And she said, oh, I often come to Seattle.
雷藏寺呢，
How did you know about our Seattle Lizang temple?
灵界的人都在传，
Because in the spirit world, it's famous that there is a Lizang temple in Seattle.
你常来西雅图？对呀、
So you often come to Seattle? Yes. My friend live in Seattle. I often came to see them. So she came to Seattle.
我说你怎么还在这里？
And I asked her, how come you're still here? Don't you know that I'm a wanderer?
那我指引你一条路，
So let me guide you onto a path.
就不用流浪。
If you follow that path, you don't have to wander anymore.
他当时会听我讲。
And finally, she listened to me. San Mao.
我说你怎么知道我呢？
And I asked her, how did you know about me?
我说你的弟子告诉我，
And she said, your disciple told me. My disciple told you? Yes. I met them at the hospital. Oh, your San Mao.
拜托你告诉我，我晚上睡不好，
And
晚上
And then they asked San Mao, so I cannot sleep at night. Can you tell me how to fix that? And San Mao said, oh, that's my problem too. She always have insomnia. So she had depression.
你知道吗？琼瑶得的是什么？
Do you know? Do you know what Chong Yao had?
我差一点也得到，
And I almost got it
是
too.
我的。
But Golden Mother saved me. And Golden Mother told me, hey, you just go ahead.
安快乐哪里去？
Do whatever you like that makes you happy. Do whatever that makes you happy. That will save you.
我听瑶池金母的，那你以后不要管我。瑶池金母说：“我不会管你，只要你高兴。”
So I listened to the Golden Mother and told her,
只要你高兴就好。
so in the future, don't complain about me anymore. And she said, no, I won't.
他知道
So that's why everybody, I'm very happy.
你救了，你忧郁症了，
But if you're unhappy, then you would be helpless. You would get depression. Elderlies are often depressed.
你年纪大了，你要想办法找。
So if you're already old, you have to find things that make you happy.
的事情，你去做了，
So you should do whatever that makes you happy. Then if you do so, you would be happy.
人间只是一场梦啊，
Because human life is just a dream.
痛苦的梦还是快乐的梦？
You have a suffering dream or a happy dream. For me, of course I choose a happy dream.
也不愿意做不好的梦。
Of course I'd rather have a sweet dream rather than nightmare.
我本身来讲，没有教你说
So the Buddha
快乐过日，
never
不行，
never teaches us to live in suffering. That's why asceticism is not the way, it's not the
你只
path.
要认识我空就好。
As long as you recognize the emptiness of self, that's good enough. Once you have the emptiness of self, then you repent all your past.
你既然没有了，还有什么业？
When your self is empty,
没有了业，
then you have disappeared. Once you have disappeared, you have no more karma. Then you can be reborn in the Pure Land, in Sukhavati, in the Buddhaverse, and you can become a Bodhisattva or a Buddha. So the most important key point is the emptiness of self. If you cannot empty the self, then you will suffer. Sakyamuni Buddha has said it clearly. Avalokitesvara, while in the penetration of the Prajnaparamita, perceived that all 5 aggregates are empty. So the feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are all empty. Being born in the Saha world is already full of suffering. You're born and then you have to study, kindergarten, elementary school, high school, and college. And then you even study a master's degree and PhD, and then postdoc even. So it's endless. You think you would be happy getting a master's degree or PhD? Is it written on your face? No, we have so many PhDs in Buddha school. The scholar group is filled with the PhDs and the levels of the PhDs, and we also have the academician on the national level. The academician was chosen from all the PhDs, Professor Zhu Si. So he researched the quantum mechanics, quantum physics. Professor Zhu Si at the University of Taiwan. He taught quantum physics. So why did you study so much? And Bill Gates is just our neighbor. In Seattle, he studied at Harvard University and said, studying is wasting time. Might as well just get into business right away. And he was successful in it. Microsoft. And how many PhDs work for him? And he himself did not even graduate from college. Then why did you want to study? I won't. As long as I recognize the emptiness of self, and I have attained that, the emptiness of self, and discovered that, oh, it's so good to be empty of self. When you're empty of self, your heart mind is completely at peace and at ease. Then you're not competing, you're not fighting. Everybody's equal. There's nothing to fight about or fight for. So Chiong Yao and San Mao, they were harmed by themselves. Why? Think about it. Chiong Yao is truly wealthy, billionaires or even more. And she was building her new residence, Mingyan. They couldn't control themselves. So therefore, humans should empty the self.
大势至菩萨的消息。
So I expose even more secrets of the Mahastamaprapta Grand Ceremony. By that time, I have nothing left to say.
我告诉大家，
But I'm telling you all sentient beings are equal. No differences at all, really.
有钱没钱，
Whether you have money or no money, whether you're
最低的
high class or low class,
最高
the lowest laborers to the highest nobility, they're all equal.
男女一律平等。
Men and women are also equal. Everything is equal.
你到了我空的境界，
When you reach the realm of the emptiness of self and you view the whole world as equal, there is nothing that you have no contention whatsoever, and your heart mind is always tranquil. There is no turbulence at all.
无眼耳鼻舌身，
So, no eyes, ears, nose, tongues, body and mind, no form, sound, smell, taste, sensation, or everything, no form, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness,
心里面大家都会被，大家都会
no realms of the eyes, no realm of the mind consciousness, no ignorance, ending of ignorance. Everybody can memorize the Heart Sutra.
是名菩萨从三昧地得
It's written here. The so-called Bodhisattva attain unborn endurance through samadhi. Immediately you would reach Bodhisattvahood.
一切法皆空，就到菩萨位，无生忍，不会退转。所以我这一次没有来
When you realize it's the emptiness of self,
无生忍，平等心，
so I don't live my life in vain.
所以那一天可以把40万的表拿出来送人，
The emptiness of self, unborn endurance.
可以买一个 apartment。
That's why the other day I can let go of the 400,000 watch.
他们送给人家，
It's like an apartment. Why did you want to give away an apartment to someone else? Because it's all the same.
人家送你，
Everyone is equal. Someone else gave it to me, now I give it to someone.
有一天，如果你们来参加了，突然间师尊啊又批下了，
One day, if you always attend and our Surangama Master goes mad again, getting crazy again,
又把那个
maybe you would give something most expensive for you. That's called madness.
把踢抓狂，变成
In Taiwanese, 起笑.
不是
I become a madman, but no, that's because I view everybody as equal. Giving it to you the same as giving it to myself. You need to understand this statement.
我送给你，就等于送我自己。
By giving it to you is the same as giving it to myself.
大家一律平等。
Everybody is equal.
我还有一个最贵，
I have something even the most expensive one given by someone.
30克拉的钻石，
A 30 carat diamond.
30克拉的钻石哦。
30 carat diamond. Let me tell you, one day when I go mad,
我把30克拉的钻石
I will give away the 30 carat diamond. Why?
终会有一天你也没有啊。
Because one day you will disappear too.
30克拉的人送我的人，
The person who gave me the 30 carat diamond,
戴过的30克拉的
that's the 30 carat diamond that was worn by Marilyn Monroe.
800万美金，
You can check that's $8 million.
800万美金哦。玛丽莲露戴过的30万克拉的钻石，等值的800万。
So the diamond that's worn by Marilyn Monroe, a 30 carat diamond, is valued at $8 million. Maybe one day I would be mad, I would be crazy and then give it away.
你那只是借你来看，
Because it's only for you to borrow for the time being.
送给你就等于送给我自己。
So giving it to you is the same as if I'm giving it to myself.
大家知道，我空法空，先除掉
So you all know the emptiness of self and the emptiness of everything. First, you untie, realize the emptiness of self, and then the emptiness of everything else will come naturally. The Vajrasutta states, no phenomena of self, no phenomena of others, no phenomena of sentient beings, no phenomena of lifespan.
菩萨入三昧地，见证道。
That's what's realized and attained by a bodhisattva in samadhi. And today, by entering samadhi, you would realize the emptiness of self, emptiness of everything, and attain unborn endurance and become a bodhisattva. 这个太太跟先生讲， A wife told the husband,
老公哎，想当年
honey,
学妹被欺负了，我挺
back
身
here
救了
my bestie was bullied and I defended her and I was way a big difference
救了全天下的男人，
because I stick my head and married you and save all the men in the world.
这个一个猪八戒，他是选择算命，算命的
A precept pig went for fortune telling
他是猪八戒，
and
准呢，因为我每天都烦恼，
you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about having food and room and board. But the pig said, well, I still worry. I still worry what my next meal will be. A couple walks in the park and the wife told the husband, honey,
我的腿像胡萝卜，
they say that my legs are like carrots.
谁说的？
And the husband there, who said that? Not at all.
胡萝卜长得又黑又粗，
Because carrots are not black and fat and big and
阿嬷第一次坐飞机啊，
Grandma was flying for the first time and sat by the window.
来第一次坐飞机，坐 坐在窗口一直看没多久，
and kept looking out. And
这个阿嬷
after a while,
那个空服员讲，
the grandma told the stewardess, "Is the plane flying?"
空姐就笑着回答：“阿嬷，没错，飞
And
正在飞。”
the stewardess replies, "Yes, the plane is flying."
阿嬷就跟空姐讲
And：“ then,
翅膀为什么它不动呢？”
and then the grandma said, "But why the wings do not move at all?" Okay. Om Mani Padme Hum.